How to learn. 1. Listen to the story. 2. Assess understanding. 3. Difficult word explanation. 4. Question review. 1. Listen to the story. Brave poor man's fight for justice. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a poor man named John. John had been struggling to make ends meet for as long as he could remember. He worked hard every day, but no matter how hard he tried, he could never seem to get ahead. One day, John received a letter in the mail. It was from a wealthy man in the village who had heard of John's struggles and wanted to help. The wealthy man offered John a job as a caretaker of his estate, with a salary that was more than enough to support John and his family. John was overjoyed at the opportunity and immediately accepted the job. He worked hard every day, tending to the estate and caring for the animals. He was grateful for the job and for the chance to provide for his family. However, as time went on, John began to notice strange things happening on the estate. The animals were becoming sick and the crops were not growing as well as they should. John became suspicious and decided to investigate. What he found shocked him to his core. The wealthy man was using illegal and unethical methods to increase his profits, including cutting corners on animal care and using harmful chemicals on the crops. John knew he had to do something to stop the man, but he was also afraid of losing his job and the ability to provide for his family. John struggled with the dilemma for days, but in the end, he knew what he had to do. He gathered evidence and confronted the wealthy man, telling him that he could no longer work for someone who was engaging in such harmful practices. The wealthy man was furious and threatened John, but John stood his ground. He eventually took his evidence to the authorities, and the wealthy man was arrested and brought to justice. John's bravery and integrity earned him the respect of the entire village, and he was offered many job opportunities as a result. But John declined them all, instead choosing to start his own farm where he could practice sustainable and ethical agriculture. John may have been poor, but he was rich in character, and his actions inspired others to always do what is right, no matter the cost. 2. Assess understanding. 1. What was John's profession before he received the job offer from the wealthy man? 2. How did John feel when he received the job offer from the wealthy man? 3. Why did John become suspicious about the wealthy man's practices? 4. What evidence did John gather to confront the wealthy man? 5. How did the wealthy man react when John confronted him? 6. Why did John take his evidence to the authorities? 7. What happened to the wealthy man as a result of John's actions? 8. How did John's bravery and integrity impact the village? 9. Was John offered other job opportunities as a result of his actions? 10. Did John accept any of the job offers? 11. What did John decide to do instead of accepting job offers? 12. Was John rich or poor? 13. How did John's actions inspire others? 14. What is the main message of the story? 3. Difficult word explanation. Struggle. To make a great effort to do or deal with something that is difficult or opposed. Example: John had been struggling to make ends meet for as long as he could remember. Make ends meet. To have just enough money to pay for basic expenses and living costs. Example, no matter how hard he tried, he could never seem to make ends meet. Tending to. Taking care of or looking after. Example, John worked hard every day, tending to the estate and caring for the animals. Dilemma. A situation in which a difficult choice has to be made between two or more alternatives. Example, John struggled with the dilemma for days. Engaging in. Participating in or involved with. Example, the wealthy man was engaging in such harmful practices. Brave. Having or showing courage. Example, John's bravery and integrity earned him the respect of the entire village. Integrity. The quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. Example, John may have been poor, but he was rich in character and integrity. Sustainable. Able to be maintained or kept going without being used up or depleted. Example, John chose to start his own farm where he could practice sustainable and ethical agriculture. Ethical. Relating to moral principles and values. Example, John's actions inspired others to always do what is right, ethically. 4. Question review. 1. John was a poor man struggling to make ends meet. 2. John was overjoyed and immediately accepted the job offer. 3. John became suspicious because of the strange things happening on the estate, such as the animals becoming sick and the crops not growing properly. 4. John gathered evidence of the man's illegal and unethical practices, such as cutting corners on animal care and using harmful chemicals on the crops. 5. The wealthy man was furious and threatened John. 6. John took his evidence to the authorities because he knew that the wealthy man was engaging in harmful practices and he wanted to stop him. 7. The wealthy man was arrested and brought to justice. 8. John's bravery and integrity earned him the respect of the entire village. 9. Yes, John was offered many job opportunities as a result of his actions. 10. No, John declined all of the job offers. 11. John decided to start his own farm where he could practice sustainable and ethical agriculture. 12. John was poor, but he was rich in character. 13. John's actions inspired others to always do what is right, no matter the cost. 14. The main message of the story is to always do what is right, no matter the cost, and that bravery and integrity can earn one the respect of others.